Hello everyone, welcome to Dilip Oaks Academy. In this lecture we will revise the basics of surface area and volume with the help of few examples. So here comes the first problem, which says that the numerical value of volume of a cube and its surface area is the same. Then what is the length of an edge of this cube? Now please note, we are fully aware that volume of a cube is measured in cubic units and surface area is measured in square units. But if you have noticed, the question is only asking you to equate the numerical value of each of them. Okay, so we'll ignore the units of measurement here. So let us start with the assumption that length of an edge of a cube is x centimeters. Then from given, the volume of this cube, which is x cube, is equal to the surface area, which is 6x square, and therefore we get x is equal to 6, which is exactly the answer as mentioned in option D. Okay, I believe you understood this. Okay, now let us go to the second question here, which declares that V is the volume of a right circular cylinder, and the formula for V is equal to pi r square h, where r is the radius of the base and h is the height of the cylinder. If the volume of a right circular cylinder is 45 pi and its height is 5, then what is the circumference of its base? And they have given a few options there. So let us say that V is equal to 45 pi because V is the volume, which is known to be 45 pi, and h is 5. Now using the formula that V is equal to pi r square h, we can write that 45 pi is equal to pi r square h. Now you can see pi gets cancelled from both sides, and substituting h as 5 gives us 45 is equal to r square times 5, which implies that 9 is equal to r square, and it implies that r is equal to 3. That is, the radius of this cylinder is 3. Therefore, the circumference of this base becomes 2 pi r, which is 2 into pi into 3, which is 6 pi. Hence, we will mark option D as the right answer and conclude this question successfully. Okay, now let us look at the next question, where it says, if a half full 4-inch by 2-inch by 8-inch box of soy milk is poured into a right circular cylindrical glass with radius 2 inches, then how many inches high will the soy milk reach? So I believe you have understood that the first container which is having soy milk is a rectangular solid which is cuboid, and the soy milk is being poured into a cylindrical glass which is a cylinder, right? Now here we can say that the volume of soy milk poured is the same as the volume of cylindrical glass filled up, isn't it? Because we are just transferring the same soy milk from one box or from one container into another container. Now what is the volume of soy milk? Now the soy milk is there to half the capacity of original container because it is half full. So now what are the dimensions of the container? The first container is having 4-inch by 2-inch by 8-inch. So the volume of soy milk in the first container is half of LBH, which is 4 into 2 into 8. It is equal to the volume of cylindrical glass, but the cylindrical glass has radius 2 inches, so R is 2, and H is exactly the height up to which soy milk will reach. That is exactly what we want to find out. So you can see, as we equate the two volumes, in the left hand side 2 gets cancelled and we get 32, that is 4 into 8 is equal to pi into 2 square into h. So once again we can check 4 gets cancelled, and therefore we get h is equal to 8 upon pi. So we will mark option D to conclude this question successfully. Okay. Now let us go to the next question, where it says a cone and a sphere have equal radii and equal volumes. Find the ratio of diameter of the sphere to the height of the cone. Now here let us start with the declaration that the radius of the cone is r and height is h. But it is explicitly given that sphere as well has the radius r, right? So from given, what we can conclude is volume of sphere, which is 4/3 of pi r cube, is same as volume of a cone, which is 1/3 of pi r square h. So from both sides, pi by 3 gets cancelled. Even you can see there is r square in the left side, there is r cube in the right side. So r square gets cancelled and we get the conclusion that h is equal to 4r. Further, it gives us that 4r upon h is 1, and therefore we get the conclusion that 1 upon 2 is equal to 2r upon h. Now you can figure out why exactly we went up to the ratio 2r upon h. Is because question is asking us to find the ratio of diameter of a sphere to the height of the cone. So diameter of the sphere is precisely 2r and the height of the cone is h. That is the reason we took this ratio. And therefore we will enter 1 upon 2 in the numeric entry boxes provided there, and we will go to the next question. Yes, this is the last question in today's class here. It is asking us to find out the longest possible distance between any two vertices of a cube whose every edge is 6 units long. Now this is an interesting question because it expects you to imagine a solid shape in 3-dimensional geometry. So a cube having each edge 6 units long can look something like this. Okay. Now we can observe, since it is a cube, every face here is a square. In particular, if you look at the base square, then we can see this angle is measuring 90 degrees and the two arms of that angle are also having the same length, having 6 units each. Okay. Therefore, using the Pythagorean rule, we can say that L square is equal to 6 squared plus 6 squared, which is 72, and therefore L is equal to 6 root 2. Now you can see that the longest possible distance here is actually indicated by D, that starts from one of the vertices at the bottom and ends at one of the top vertices in the opposite side. Therefore, once again we can point out that there is a right triangle formed having dimensions L, H and D, which implies that D square is equal to H squared plus L squared. But we have figured out that L is 6 root 2 and we can see H is the height, which is equal to any other edge of this cube. So H is actually 6. Therefore we can write D square is equal to 6 square plus 6 root 2 the whole square. That gives us D square is equal to 36 plus 72, which is 108, and that gives us the final answer as D equal to 6 root 3. Therefore we will surely mark option E and get the full credit for this question. Okay, so that is the end of today's session here. Thank you for watching. For more such videos, check out our playlist and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.